Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Siti Nur Fakirah binti Abdullah, and today I will be presenting my slides titles of Association between Cooking Methods and Risk of Cancer Among Adults, a Systematic Review Protocol. So my supervisor is Dr. Muhammad Razif bin Shahril. So for today's discussion, I will walk you through my background, the rationale of my study, objectives of my studies, methods, appendix, and also references. Okay, we move on to our background, methods of cooking. Cooking is the practice or skill of preparing foods by which we mix, combine, and heating different kinds of ingredients, such as poultry being cooked together with onions, garlics, and chilies. This process helps to kill pathogens and improve biological safety so that it is safe for us to consume. And second, it modifies the texture of the food, adds flavors to the food, and makes them easier to be digested. So different types of cooking methods may generate different types of carcinogenic compounds that are harmful to human health, such as HCAs, which is heterocyclic amines, PAH, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, nitrates, aldehydes, and acrolein. Cancer in the world. Cancer, neoplasm, or malignant tumor is a large group of diseases that can start in almost any organ or tissues of the human body. The process will start when the abnormal cells grow uncontrollably and invade neighboring cells or tissue. As we know, cancer is the second leading cause of death globally, accounting for an estimated of 9.6 million deaths in 2018. As the lung, prostate, colorectal, stomach, and liver cancer are the most common types cancer in men, and breast, colorectal, lung, cervical, and thyroid cancer are the most common cancers among women. In Malaysia, during 2018, there is as much as 43,837 new cancer cases were diagnosed. So we can conclude here that cancer burden continues to grow not only in our country but also in other countries. Interrelation between cooking methods and risk of developing cancer. So the relationship between methods of cooking and risk of developing cancer among adults had become an interesting topic to be discussed. So several studies have shown that there is a positive association between risk of cancer and high heat cooking methods, also with repeated use of cooking oil and high intake of red meat. This association may be due to the potent chemical carcinogens such as HCA and PAH that were generated during cooking and processing, which can raise the risk of developing cancer. Modifiable and non-modifiable risk factors of cancer. The causes of cancer are often result from a complex interaction of multiple risk factors. There are two types of risk factors for cancer. The first one is non-modifiable or host risk factors, such as genetic, family history, age, gender, race, and also ethnicity. The second type is modifiable or environmental risk factors, such as unhealthy diet, consumption of red and processed meat, physical inactivity, cigarette smoking, and also alcohol intake. And cancer are mostly related to potentially modifiable risk factors. This means that we can actually prevent ourselves from getting cancer by correcting our everyday lifestyles. So, as there are a number of risk factors associated with cancer, thus in this study, we decided to focus on diet and lifestyle factors, which is specifically on methods of cooking. Cooking mechanism and the production of carcinogenic compounds. Food preparation practices are among the possible mechanisms to which dietary habits could raise the risk of developing cancer. So according to American Cancer Society guidelines, high temperature cooking methods such as deep frying may give rise to a variety of mutagenic compounds that can cause us to have cancer. So as we know, when we are using deep frying cooking methods, we use the temperature of approximately 350 to 370 degree Fahrenheit. And when we using the oil with this high temperature, the oil used in frying can get easily oxidized and produce carcinogenic substances that can cause damage to DNA structure. Not only they cause damage, they can also cause inflammation on our body cells and further promote the development of cancer. Different cooking practices may lead to differential accumulation of chemical carcinogens. So levels of this chemical carcinogen produced will vary with cooking temperature, time of cooking, methods of cooking, types of food that we use, and the type of food fat that we use. So we move on to our rationale. Nowadays, there are a number of studies have been published regarding the relationship between cooking methods and risk of cancer. Yet, to this day, a comprehensive understanding concerning this issue are still lacking. And this explains why some part of our society are still not aware on the negative impact of the unhealthy cooking method, such as deep frying, grilling, and smoking. Thus, the main reason behind conducting this study is to provide the society with a wide array of understanding on dietary patterns, specifically about the cooking methods, so that they can ultimately improve their knowledge and awareness, which in turn will help them to practicing the right methods of preparing foods without harming their lives. The objective is to analyze the association between different types of cooking methods and the risk of cancer among adults population. We move on to the methods. This systematic review will be conducted and reported as per the guidelines from PRISMA. So PRISMA is an evidence-based minimum set of items for reporting in systematic reviews and meta-analysis. My eligibility criteria for this study is the inclusion criteria is use a case control or prospective study design. Second one, single studies that were published from January 1, 2010 to May 31, 2020. The study participants with the age range of 18 and above, and the studies have to present odds ratio, relative risk or hazard ratio, estimates with 95 confidence intervals, and the articles must be published with full text availability in English. The exclusion criteria is any published systematic review or any type of review and diseases other than cancer. So, information sources. Database will be used in this study are PubMed and Scopus. There will be no geographical restrictions, and hence searching will be made on several reference lists or regulatory agency websites such as National Cancer Registry 2018 and 2015, International Agency for Research on Cancer Globocon 2018, and World Cancer Research Fund and American Institute for Cancer Research. The search strategy. A comprehensive literature search will be carried out to identify all the original articles regarding this topic through PubMed and Scopus. So studies will be included if they were published in English from January 1, 2010 through May 31, 2020. And the following search keywords will be used: cooking methods or skill of preparing foods or cooking technique, and cancer or malignant tumor or neoplasm or neoplastic disease, and cancer risk or cancer incidence and relationship or interrelation. My study selection. Two reviewers will conduct search information sources independently and assess identified studies for inclusion. So the full text of a study will be reviewed on the basis of its title and abstract and will be included when the both review authors assess it as satisfying the inclusion criteria. And whatever disagreements will be resolved by discussion or in consultation with a third review author. Data collection process. A standardized data extraction sheet will be developed One review author will extract the following data from included studies, and the second review author will check the extracted data. A third review author will solve any disagreements and will independently check the data for consistency and clarity. Data items. We will extract this following information from the selected studies. The first author's last name, their country, study design, year of publication, age range, dietary pattern assessment and identification method used, methods of cooking and its characteristics, pattern score, odds ratio, relative risk or hazard ratio, estimates with 95% confidence intervals. The assessment of study quality. The study quality will be assessed by a 9-star system based on the Newcastle-Ottawa scale method, NOS method, and the full score is 9 and a total score of more than 7 will be used to indicate that the study is a high quality study. So, appendices. Appendix 1, we have my search strategy, data extraction instrument, my Gantt chart, and my milestones. So this is my search strategy. This is my data extraction instrument, table 2, which is the characteristic and main findings of included studies. I have the first author names and the year, country, the study design, the age range of the participants, dietary pattern assessment and identification method that were used in the study, methods of cooking and its characteristic, the pattern score, this risk ratio, hazard ratios, and relative risk, hazard ratio, and odds ratio, confounding factor adjusted, and the conclusion. This is my Gantt chart, and this is my milestones. This is my references that were used in these slides. And that is all from me. Thank you for listening to my slides today.